all levels class today, and I say this at the beginning of all of my videos. Just make sure that you know your body, know your practice. I'll again be offering some more advanced poses. So just again, moving into the poses that feel right for you and your body. And just paying attention to your practice. And really just allowing yourself to find the connection between the body and the breath. Right now, we're experiencing so many uncertain times and uncertainty about what the future might hold. So if we can use our practice to stay present and just find the connection between the body and the breath, then you can let everything else just sort of unfold more organically, right? Just sort of using that as our goal for our practice, not so much twisting ourselves up into a pretzel or making our way into poses that aren't right for us today. It's not, I think, where we need to be during this time. So let's begin seated. Bring the hands into Jnana Mudra, the index and your thumb together at your knees. Sitting up nice and tall, and just let your shoulders move away from your ears, closing your eyes. And allow yourself to move away from the outside world and all of its distractions. Letting go of worries. And just for the next hour, see if you can allow your thoughts to come in and just float right back out again. Try not to get involved into any sort of melodrama that the mind is creating. To see if you can allow yourself to ride the waves of the breath. And just noticing the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And enjoying that you don't have to be anywhere and you don't have to do anything right now. Start sinking into stillness and the present breath. Gentle breath in, gentle breath out. Be in the present breath and then just move on to the next. And keep allowing yourself to find the stillness. Find that peace in your day where you can just be. And if thoughts come in, just let them drift right back out again. And taking that quiet moment to set your intention or your dedication for your practice. Anything you'd like to offer up or anything you'd like to receive. If you like, just say a personal prayer for those who are suffering. Maybe offering your practice to those who maybe couldn't find the time to be on the mat today or this week. So as you're ready, just begin with some gentle head and neck circles. Again, just moving into any tight places in the body. Relaxing the face, the jaw, the space around your eyes, even into the throat, and just letting all of that resistance travel down into the shoulders, just feeling the release of just simply moving the head and the neck. Good, and then from here, sitting up nice and tall, and this time we'll take the hands behind you, interlace your fingers behind the head. Sit up nice and tall and press the elbows back, open the chest. And then from here, round your spine, bring the elbows inward, and just let the weight of the hands traction the back of the neck. And it might feel nice here to sort of tilt the chin from side to side. Good. Now you can stay right here and work if you feel like that's what your body needs. Or you can sort of flow with the breath as you inhale, expanding the chest, bringing the elbows out. And then exhale, curling in. So just a few more breaths here. Just let that go. Finding your way into tabletop pose. So on the hands and knees, we'll take wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Spreading the fingers wide, fingers pointing towards the front of your mat. And just aligning those joints, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Inhaling into your cow pose. Exhaling for the cat. Pull the belly in and up, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. 2 more times. Breathing in. Exhale, round the spine. Inhaling for cow. And exhaling for the cat. Then coming to that nice neutral spine. We'll lift the left arm up for a twist. Stretch it out. And then exhale, thread it underneath the right. Left cheek on the mat. Or maybe a block. The right arm can extend and you can just sink the chest here, or you could reach the right arm up or take it to the half bind, either to the low back or maybe that inner thigh crease on the left. Pressing the tailbone to the back of your mat, pulling the belly into your spine. Notice how it releases the muscles in the back, allowing you to sink the chest a little closer to the mat. And then unwinding back to tabletop pose, lifting the left arm up, back for the twist. And thread it back to tabletop pose. Next round through, lift the right arm up, open the chest, and then threading it underneath the left, right cheek on the mat or your block. Left arm can extend, or if you like, taking that bind, reaching the arm up, maybe over to the right side. Again, use the belly muscles to release any tension in the back of the body. And then unwind back through to the twist. Left hand plants on the mat, right arm reaches up. And then bring the right hand down. Leave the bum lifted, walk your hands forward. Melting the chest down to the mat. Maybe roll your head from side to side. Maybe turn the palms up. And breathing deeply into the armpits, the chest. Again, pull that belly into the spine. Sink the chest. And then turning the palms down, finding the first downward facing dog of your practice. Lift your hips and just move here. First down dog. We're going to bend one knee and then the other. Shaking out your head for yes, shaking out your head for no. Maybe coming up onto the tippy toes, stretching out the feet and the ankles. And then pressing the heels down to the mat, sink the chest. See if you can imagine breathing deeply into the back of the body, all the way from the base of your skull, all the way into your heels. Good. Now walk your feet forward maybe a third of the way or halfway up. Widen your stance so that the heels can drop down towards the mat. Now work here for a breath as you press into the hands and press your tailbone back. And then we'll take the twist as the right arm threads underneath the body, takes hold of the left calf, pulling the chest, maybe gazing out underneath that left armpit. And then drop the right hand down, bring the left arm underneath, press into the right hand and twist. And then gently unwind.
And then we'll just baby step the feet up to meet your hands, folding forward at the front of your mat. Chest and belly on the thighs. Let your upper body hang heavy. You can just let the arms release, or you can interlace the elbows and just move here a little bit, side to side. Relax your head, relax your neck. And then releasing your hands and come rounding all the way up, head and neck last. And just roll your shoulders a little bit here. Bringing the hands to prayer, pressing into the feet, grounding all four corners of the feet into the mat. Tucking the tailbone nice and long, shoulders back and down. We'll reach the arms all the way up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up and bend to the right. Open the chest. Lost my balance. Press the left foot down, breathe deeply here to the left side of the body. Back up to the other side, press the right foot down, open the chest. Back up through to center. Taking the hands to the low back, interlace the fingers, lift the chest, rolling those collarbones open. And then exhale, bend your knees and fold forward, arms come overhead. And you can move here a little bit, side to side. Maybe release your head and your neck. Any tension in the face, the jaw, the space around the eyes. And then taking the hands to the mat, stepping the right foot back, lower your back knee. Sink the hips. And the knee can come forward at the ankle if the knee's healthy. If not, you're gonna bring it back to a 90-degree angle. And if you come forward, just make sure that left heel stays on the mat to protect your knee. So again, extend through the crown of the head, relax your face, relax your jaw. And then stepping back to plank. Press through your heels, extend through the crown of the head. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin. Now pull the elbows in as you lower down. And then sliding onto the belly, press your heels together for a low cobra. Lift the chest, looking for extension here. Not a lot of height. Squeeze the glutes, reach back through the toes, and extend through the crown of the head. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. If you need to, exhale out the mouth, move here a little bit. And then step the right foot forward, lower the back knee. Sink the hips, extend through the crown of the head. And then exhale, stepping forward, Uttanasana, bend your knees. This time take the hands to the heels, or maybe interlacing the elbows behind the backs of your legs. Press the chest and belly onto the thighs, and then lift the tailbone up. Let the head hang heavy. Good, release your hands. This time scoot the arms forward, up and back. Lift the chest. And then exhale, hands to prayer. Good, from here we'll take the hands behind the head. Interlace your fingers. Now, press the elbows back. Now notice if you've taken an arch in the low back, tuck your tailbone under. Breathe deeply into the chest. And then reach the arms all the way up, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot back, lower your back knee, sink the hips, extend through the crown of the head. And then exhale, stepping back, plank. Big inhale and plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, pull the elbows in. Sliding onto the belly as you inhale into cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lower the back knee, sink the hips. Exhale, step front, Uttanasana, bend the knees. Inhaling all the way up, lift the chest, arch back. Exhale, hands to prayer, just close your eyes.
Easy breath in, easy breath out. We'll balance on the left foot. So take the right knee up. Okay, now if this is too much for you to take the shin, you can take the thigh here. Now try to pull the belly into the spine. Nice and tall. If you want to challenge yourself, see if you can walk your hands down to your ankle. Lift the chest. Good, and then gently release. Other side, balance on the right foot. Bring the left knee up. Take the hands underneath the thigh or the top of your shin. Roll your shoulders back and down. If you need more, walking your hands down to your ankle. Pull that knee into the ribs. And then gently release. Hands to prayer, just close your eyes. Soften the breath. And then inhale, lift the arms all the way up, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees, folding forward. Inhale up halfway, nice flat back, legs are straight. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. This time we'll step the left foot back, lower your back knee, sink the hips, extend through the crown of the head. Uncurl the back toe, bring the hands to the thigh, press the knee away from the body, lift the chest, really sink the hips. You can stay right here, bring the hands to prayer, rolling the collarbones open, or more advanced Kapayasana, the monkey pose, as you release the index fingers, wiggling the arms behind the ears. Now just move here wherever you are in the pose. Lifting the chest, softening the diaphragm, softening the breath. Good, and then we'll take the right hand down to the mat or the blocks beside you. Left arm reaches overhead, bicep hugs the ear for a side bend. Good. And then bringing the hands to the inner foot. Turn the toes out, walk your foot to the edge of the mat. And stay right here on the palms or coming down on one forearm or both. Release your face, your jaw. And then coming up all the way onto the palms, heel to the right foot to center, curl the back toe and step it back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, pull the elbows in. Onto the belly, lift the chest. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Sink the heels, sink the chest. Step the left foot forward, lower your back knee, sink the hips, extend through the crown of the head. And then uncurling that back toe, coming up, pressing the knee away from you. If the knee is healthy, lift the chest. Staying here, bringing the hands to prayer or the monkey pose. Move here. Good, and then take the left hand down to the mat beside you. Right arm reaches overhead, bicep hugs the ear. And then bring both hands to the inner foot. Turn the toes out, walk your foot to the edge of the mat. Staying right here on the palms or come down on the forearms. And just release any tension in the face and the jaw. Good. And then coming up all the way onto the palms, heel to the left foot to center. We're going to curl the back toe and this time step it back, downward facing dog. Sink the heels, sink the chest. And then as you inhale, come forward for your plank. Nice long spine, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, press it back. Coming forward for the plank. Exhale, press it back. One more time, inhale for the plank. Press through your heels, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale it back. Good, and then coming into your plank pose. And we're lower down, either chaturanga, yoga push-up, or on the knees. And then all the way down to the belly. Heels together, hands down by your side. Lifting everything up for the locust pose. Let the back of the neck be long. Try not to crank your chin. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and then slide them back and down. Reach through the toes, reach through the crown of the head. Good, and then we'll take the hands underneath your shoulders. Press it back, child's pose. Good, and then coming back to the plank, we'll do a little core work. So we'll take the right hand underneath the face, coming into the side plank. Good. Now if you need to, take the right knee down for the modification. Good, now reach the arm up overhead, left arm, press the hips up, and then take the left hand to the hip, lower down. Up and over, lower down, up and over, and lower down. Let's do that one more time. Lift, press up, and down. Good, coming into your plank pose and switching sides. So left hand underneath the face, spin the toes into your side plank. Reaching up, press the hips up to the ceiling, and then lower down. Up and overhead, and down. Up and overhead, and down. Last time, up, overhead, and sink the hips. Good, float it back to tabletop, and let's press it back to child's pose. Good job, sit back. Let everything soften and settle, soften the breath. Easy breath in, easy breath out. Good, and then from here, finding your downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Right leg up, down dog split, sink the left heel. Press into your hands. And then bend that right knee, open up through the hip, circle the foot and the ankle. And then extend that right leg long, sink the left heel, press into your hands, square your shoulders. And then coming forward, modified plank, knee to the nose, pull it in, round your spine. And then step the right foot forward, spin the back heel, coming up for warrior one. Shoulders back and down. Easy breath in. Notice if the weight is equal in the feet. Okay, notice whether you're gripping in your toes. Sink the hips, let the shoulders move away from your ears. And then taking the hands to the low back, interlace the fingers, lift the chest, roll those collarbones open, really squeeze the hands together. And then exhale into the humble warrior as the head comes down towards the inner foot. Now try not to lift that rest the right shoulder on the right thigh. Keep breathing. Good, now stay low in the legs, come all the way up, lift the chest, keep the bend in the knee. And then you're gonna come forward for toppling tree. So balance on that right foot. Maybe the left toes come up off the mat just 6 inches. Maybe you come forward into warrior three. Maybe you drop the chest down towards the thigh, lift that left leg up. Concentrate. And then release the hands to the mat or the block, standing splits. And just move here a little bit, lower the leg, lift it up. Stretching out the back of that right hamstring, let your head hang heavy. Good. And then from here, bring that left knee to the chest as you come standing. If you want to challenge yourself, try not to put the left foot down. Coming back through that wind pose. Nice long spine. More advanced, you can walk the hands down to the ankle. Or if you happen to have the bind, you can walk or bring the left hand to the inner leg, lean way forward, wrap the arm around the front of your shin, joining your hands and lift the chest. Good, come back through to the wind pose. And we're gonna step it back to warrior two. Extend the arms, open your hips, shoulders back and down. Easy breath in, easy breath out. Rolling those collarbones open, really reaching through the fingertips. Good, and then straighten that right leg. Reach forward with the right hand, drop the right hand to the shin, or maybe the block to the inner foot as the left arm rotates up. Open the chest. Extend through the crown of the head. And easy breath in, easy breath out. Good, so for a little challenge here, if you want to take the half bind, you can take the left hand to the hip, low back or inner thigh crease. Some of you may be able to even take the full bind, so you bend your front knee, reach underneath, take hold of your hands, and then straightening the front leg. Roll the collarbones open. And then we'll come back through to the triangle pose, left arm reaches up. And then exhaling, folding forward over that right leg. Again, just folding over, squaring the shoulders, squaring the hips. And then reverse that triangle pose, Parvati Trikonasana, as the left hand comes to the mat like a block. Now go ahead and press that right hip back and down, and then reach the right arm up and breathe. Good, drop that right foot hand down, spin the back heel, high lunge. Press into the hands, down dog splits, right leg lifts. And then drop the right foot to meet your left. And lower the knees, sitting back. Let everything slow down, easy breath in, easy breath out. And then coming all the way onto the belly, we'll take the chin on the mat, bring the hands to your low back, interlace your fingers, squeeze the hands together. And then we're going to lift everything up. Reach through the fingers, extend through the crown of the head, press the knuckles towards your heel. Let's lower halfway, and then lift up. Halfway down, up. Halfway down, up, and let's hold here. Good, and then pressing it back to a wide-legged child's pose. So big toes together, press back, sink the chest down in between your thighs. Roll the head from side to side. Hands can be extended, or you can bring them back down by your hips, releasing any tension in the shoulders. And then finding your downward facing dog, sink the heels, sink the chest. And then left leg floats up, down dog splits, sink the right heel. And then bend that left knee, open up through the hip. Circle your foot and your ankle. And then extend that left leg long, sink that right heel. Come forward, modified plank, knee to the nose, pull it in, round the spine. And then step the left foot in between the hands, spin the back heel, coming up, warrior one. Nice long spine, shoulders back and down. Again, sinking the hips, nice strong legs here. Good, take the hands to the low back Interlace the fingers, roll those collarbones open. And then exhaling into the humble warrior. As the arms come overhead, release your head, your neck. Breathing here. Good, now stay low in the legs, nice strong legs. Come all the way up, lift the chest. And then floating it forward for your warrior 3. Excuse me, or toppling tree, really. So you can come forward to this warrior 3 or drop the chest down towards your thigh. And then releasing the hands to the mat or the block, standing splits. And just move here a little bit. Let everything hang heavy. Lifting the back leg, lowering it back down. Good. And then from here, we'll come into the wind pose or standing balance as you bring that right knee up to the chest. Take your time. Nice long spine, shoulders back and down. Good. Stay here or walk the hands down to the ankle. Or coming into that bind as you wrap the right arm around the front of your shin, clasping your hands, lift the chest. And then unwinding back through to the wind pose with control. We'll step it back, warrior 2. Good, take a breath here, let everything soften and settle. Easy breath in, easy breath out. Good, and then straightening that front leg. Reach the left arm way forward, coming into that triangle pose as the right arm revolves up. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Reach that right arm up and press it back. Press into the feet and squeeze your thighs together. Now you can stay here, take that half bind with the right hand to the low back, the hip, the inner thigh crease. Or if you have capacity, you can bend that front knee, joining the hands behind the body and straightening the front leg for bound triangle pose. Good, coming back through to the triangle, left arm comes up. And exhale, coming forward for the pyramid pose, folding over the left leg, maybe walking the back foot in an inch or so. Good. And then revolve triangle as that right hand stays down, left arm revolves up. Try to square the hips here, pressing that left hip back. Keep breathing. And then exhale, folding over the left leg. Coming into the high lunge as you spin the back heel up, lowering the back knee if you need to. And then sweep that left leg up, down dog splits. Drop the left foot to meet the right. Sink the heels. And then lower the knees, sitting back for the child's pose. Arms can be extended or down by your sides. Maybe shift the hips from side to side. Roll the head from side to side. And as you're ready, finding the downward facing dog. Curl the toes, lift the hips. And then coming into that crouching dog as you bend your knees, gaze forward, press into the hands, sink the chest. And then straighten the legs, sink the heels, sink the chest. Bend your knees, gaze forward, straighten the legs. Last time, bend the knees, gaze forward, and either step or just hop forward. Uttanasana, bend the knees.
Inhaling up halfway, hands can be on the shins or your mat. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and lift the chest. And then exhale, hands to prayer. And again, just close your eyes. Let your thoughts come in, right back out. Allow yourself to be present on your mat and in your practice. Good. And then the next pose we'll work on is the ballet pose. So again, lots of modifications. Again, if you feel like you can take the full pose, you go ahead, okay? So, one thing to think about in standing balancing is to find a focal point on the floor in front of you or on the wall, called a drishti, okay? So start with the left hand on the hip. We'll balance on the left foot first. Now, you're gonna lift that right knee up and take the hand to the inner foot, okay? Now, if this is not available to you, just come back through to the wind pose. Okay, now you can hang out here, extending through the crown of the head. Pull that left knee up, or right knee up to your shoulder. And then if you like, you can extend that right leg long. Maybe the left arm extends. And then gently release and shake it out. Okay? Other side. So this pose takes a lot of concentration. So try to just bring your awareness to your body and your breath. Okay? Balancing on the left or right foot, right hand to the hip. And either you come into the wind pose or you start here, left hand to the inner foot. And again, maybe you extend that left leg long, even if the knee's bent, that's totally fine. Right arm up, maybe. And then gently release. Bringing the hands to prayer and just close your eyes. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Inhale, lifting the arms all the way up and lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Hands to the mat. Step or hop back through to plank. And either flow through chaturanga or on your knees, or finding that downward facing dog. Maybe come to up dog this time. And exhale, pressing it back. And then lowering the knees and come sitting up on your heels. We're going to move next into Ustrasana, the camel pose, okay? So let me just demonstrate it first. Lots of places again to move here. You want your feet about hip width distance, okay? Curling the toes under. You can pad the knees if you like by folding your mat under or just using a blanket or a towel. Now, you want to start by shifting your hips forward. Squeeze your glutes to protect the low back. Thumbs come to the sacrum. Now, start to move the ribs away from the waist and just take a little back bend here. You can stay here. You can take the right hand to the heel, maybe the left hand. Just make sure you're not coming back. You want to press your hips forward so that the hips stay over the knees wherever you are. Okay, so let's work together. Okay, bringing the hands onto the waist, thumbs at the sacrum. Lift the ribs away from the waist. Squeeze your glutes, start to shift forward, lift the chest. Stay here, maybe bring the right hand to the right heel. Maybe the left hand comes back as well. Keep breathing. And then gently release and folding forward into child's pose. Whatever variation is right, shift your hips from side to side. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Good. And then finding
that downward facing dog. Sinking the heels, sink the chest. Floating that right leg up, down dog splits. And then bending the knee, open up through the hip. You can stay here or flip it over into Vashisthasana. Left leg is straight, pressing the entire sole of the foot to the mat. Lift the chest. And float back through to down dog splits. Right leg lifts. And then drop the right foot to meet your left. Lifting that left leg up, press the right heel, bend that left knee. Stay here or flip it over to the Vashisthasana. Open the chest. And float it back to down dog splits, left leg lifts. And then drop the left foot to meet the right. Again, maybe exhaling out the mouth one more time. And then coming onto the knees and sitting up, rolling to one hip and extend the legs. Okay, left leg extends. Let's take half cow-faced legs. So you're gonna bring the left foot to meet the right hip, knees are stacked. With any of the seated poses, feel free to just stay right here on the bum or sit on a blanket. So sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, coming forward, just hinging forward at the waist. Use your breath to lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, fold over. Just close your eyes, releasing any tension from the wrist in your hand. And gently release the pose. Switching sides, the right leg will extend, pull the left heel back towards the hip. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, hinging again forward at the waist. And just taking your time, maybe just explore a little bit as you inhale, lengthen, exhaling, fold. And gently release the pose. And then just extend both legs, maybe give the knees a little massage. Good, so now we're gonna work in half tortoise pose, okay? So this is when it might be nice to have a strap handy or a necktie or something. All right, so you're gonna lean forward and take the right arm underneath the leg, or to the inside of the leg. Bring the hand underneath, turn your palm up at your low back. And then you're gonna take the left arm around and take your bind, even if you have your strap. And then maybe start to extend the legs, gazing out over that left shoulder. And gently release. And then the second side, so again, have the knees quite bent here to take that bind. Even if you're using your strap, you'll turn your palm up, reach the right arm around. So again, just maybe work here to like open up the shoulders, twisting here. And then if you have capacity, the legs can extend. Keep the twist. And then gently release. Good, unwind. Again, just maybe giving those shoulders a little roll. And then we'll work here on the hare end pose. So bring the left foot to the inner thigh. And then bend the right knee so that the right sole of the foot is on the mat. And again, use your strap if you need to. Take the hands underneath your foot. Now sit up nice and tall. You want to make sure you don't have any roundness in the spine. And then you can slowly begin to kick the foot into your hand, lift the chest. Now again, if you round through the spine, try to extend through the crown of the head. Even if the knees bend, it's better to have a nice long spine. Maybe close your eyes and just imagine a purple light right between your eyebrows. And then release. Second side, so you're going to bend that right sole of the foot towards your inner thigh. Take your hands underneath the left foot and sit up nice and tall. And then coming up, extend through the crown of the head. Breathe here. And then from here, we'll come into our double pigeon for a little, double heron for a little bit of a challenge. So take both hands underneath your feet, sit up nice and tall. Again, use your core here, you're gonna try to lift the feet. So maybe your feet end up here, but maybe you're able to extend nice and long. And then coming out of the pose into Paschimottanasana, the back stretch. So you're going to bend your knees, sit up nice and tall, and then coming forward, resting the chest and belly on the thighs, round your head and neck. And gently release. Now we'll come into something in the headstand cycles. Just watch me for a second, Shavasana 1. So if you have a neck or retina issue, child's pose might be for you, just forehead on the mat, hands down by your side. You can then take the rabbit pose if you have capacity. You're coming onto the crown of the head and the hands can be down by your sides, palms up. Just don't shift the head from side to side. Gaze should be at your knees. If you have capacity again, you can take your hands to the heels and lift the tailbone up. If you want to make your way into Shavasana 1 preparation, measure the arms, elbow width distance apart, interlace the fingers, bring the crown of the head to the mat, wrap your hands around the back of your head, and you're going to curl the toes under and lift the hips. Now maybe this is where you kind of want to hang out, right? And just maybe experiment here again. Just don't shift the neck from side to side or the head. You can work on lifting one leg up, work on lifting another leg up. Or you can come up, just curl up in a little ball here. Maybe you want to hang out here. You can use a wall too if you like. And then if you like, you can come up into the headstand. Just a couple more breaths here. Good, and then to release, if you're up, you want to see if you can slowly bring the knees into the chest. And gently coming up out of the pose, sinking the heels back, or the bum back towards your heels for the child's pose. And I like to bring the hands down by my sides here and just maybe shift the head a little bit here, releasing any tension in the neck. And then gently unwind, and we'll make our way either into legs at the wall, restorative bridge, or shoulder stand. So legs at the wall, you'll just come to the wall, bring your hip close to the wall, and then swing the legs up. Okay, and lay back. Restorative pose, restorative bridge. You're going to bring the feet on the mat, hip width distance
Heart, lift the hips and just slide a block any height underneath the sacrum and just hang out here. If you want to work in your shoulder stand, you're going to roll back. And again, you don't want to shift the head from side to side. Hands at the low back, legs are extended. And again, just let the back of the neck be long, soften your face and your jaw. And now if you're in your legs at the wall or restorative bridge, you can stay there or even just hug the knees into the chest. If you're in your shoulder stand, you can come into the plow pose by lowering the feet down towards the mat behind you. Now hands can stay at the low back. You can have the knees bent in towards the forehead, even if the feet don't easily touch. You can also take the hands to the mat, palms up or down, or you can interlace the fingers and roll the collarbones open. And just breathe here, let everything slow down. And then just rolling out vertebra by vertebra. Now, as the bum lowers down towards the mat, bring the hands underneath you, thumbs touching, so you're resting your bum on the tops of your hands. Now just lower down halfway. The knees can be bent if you need to, or straight. Pull the belly into the spine. And then 2 inches above the mat. And then lower the heels. And we'll press it up into the fish pose. So press into the forearms, lift the chest, and then bring the crown of the head to the mat behind you. Roll the collarbones open and just breathe deeply into the throat region. Try to point your toes. And then to release the pose, press into your forearms, chin to the chest, and then release. And just hug your knees into the chest. Drop the left foot down to the mat, cross the right over in a figure 4, and either stay here and just work to press the right knee away from you, or pull the left knee in towards your chest, take behind the thigh or the top of your shin. If you feel any discomfort at all in that right knee, flex your foot. Good, now release the hands from the legs, but keep the figure 4 and extending arms. Drop the legs all the way to the left, bring that right sole of the foot to the mat, and twist as you gaze out over that right shoulder. Now you can stay here if you need more. Press that right knee towards the front of your mat. Come back through to center, hug both knees into the chest. And then drop the right foot down, cross the left over, pressing the knee away from you. Or pull the right knee into the chest, take behind the thigh or the shin. Relax any tension in the face and the jaw, and make sure the back of the neck is long. Release the hands, keep the shape of the legs, extend the arms, drop the legs to the right, gaze to the left, maybe pressing the left knee away from you. And then coming back through to center,
Hug both knees into the chest. Make circles here. Maybe roll the head from side to side. If you like the happy baby, reach up, take the soles of the feet and pull the knees down towards the ribs. And then just let all of it go and come into your Shavasana. So lying on your back, extend the legs, let the hands come down by your sides, palms up. And just let the upper body or the whole entire body relax down towards the mat. Maybe you want to take a big deep breath in and exhale out the mouth. And then just allowing yourself to be grateful for your practice today and whatever it held for you. And allowing yourself to be grateful for each and every breath. Slowly begin to find your body. Connect your body and your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. And if you like, take a nice stretch overhead, maybe interlacing your fingers, flip-flopping the palms. And you can stay on your back or roll to one side for a breath or two. Pressing yourself up to sitting for meditation, bringing the hands back with the index and the thumb joined, either palms down or palms up. Life itself expands me when I let it. I point to my known edge and say, that's it. I can't go past there. That's my limit. But of course, life comes calling, as it always does, not respecting borders, asking me to stretch again, and then still more until I can't even recognize who I am. You know how it is, challenge, tragedy, grief, or ecstasy. Where I am right now just can't stay static. The pull toward God and evolution is too strong. When I let go, when I allow life in, I grow before I even notice what is happening. So we'll bring the hands to the heart center. May we be receptive to the divine light that rests in each and every one of us, each and every day. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Om Shanti, which means peace to all beings, and Namaste.